Gather close, my children, come closer till the fire. Let the flames warm your faces the night wrap you in silence. For what I will tell you tonight is no ordinary tale. It is a story whispered through generations, carried on the wind, and buried in the hearts of our ancestors. It is the story of a woman of beauty, a woman of mystery, a woman whose waist carried beads that were not beads at all. And because of her, strong men fell. A great village trembled. Long ago, in the land of Iyun, life was good, the rivers were wide, the forests full of game, the soil rich with yams and cassava. The men were brave hunters and wealthy traders. The women were graceful, their laughter Nike water over stone. Children played in the dust, their voices carrying joy through the air. Iyun was a place of blessings. Iyun. Waist beads were more than ornaments, they were sacred. Mothers passed them to their daughters. Beads of beauty, beads of fertility, beads of protection. Some beads carried prayers, some carried secrets. Footy our land, beads speak. And not all beads speak with the voice of love. One market day, when the sun burned watching the drummers beat their rhythms, she appeared. No one saw her inteira. No one knew her family. She was there. Her name was Kara. Kara's skin shone like polished ebony. Her eyes sparkled like stars reflected in the river at night. Her smile was gentle, yet each carried shadows. But each was her waist that held the eyes of all. Around each lay beads that shimmered strangely, glowing faintly like they were alive. The men of Iyun could not look away. The women whispered among themselves, "Who is she? Where has she come from?" Some said she was a spirit's daughter. Others said she came from the forest, or perhaps from the river gods. But none truly knew. Ikera. She only smiled. The first martyr fall was a wealthy chief. He was a mer of cattle land, with men, wives, and children. But when he saw Kara, he forgot them all. His heart burned like fire on dry grass. He brought her into his home as a secret wife. He fought a chimney, his laughter filled the air. But soon, his farm failed. His cattle grew sick. His wives turned against him. His wealth vanished like smoky the harmattan wind. One morning, he was found wandering the village, muttering to himself, his once fine hobbies torn to rags. The people shook their heads and whispered, "It is Kara, it is the beads." After the chief, others followed. Strong warriors, rich traders, hunters with charms from the forest. One by one, they were drawn to her beauty. One by one, they entered her hachi. And one by one, they lost everything. Wealth disappeared. Families crumbled. Strength drained away. Their names, once carried with respect, became dusty the mouths of the people. But Kara, she grew more beautiful with every fall. Her beads glowed brighter, clicking softly as she walked. Nike chains carrying unseen spirits. Fear spread through Iyun. Mothers pulled their souls close when she passed. Men avoided her gaze, yet their eyes still lingered in secret. The elders gathered under the great Iroko tree. Some cried, "We must banish her." Others trembled, saying, "If we anger her, she will destroy us all." So Kara remained untouchable. Her smile was soft, her beauty deadly. They gave her a new name, Aya, wife of witchcraft. But Iyun, not all hearts were weak. One must stood apart from the rest. His name was Boma. Boma was a hunter, tall and lean, with scars that told of battles against beasts and men. He had no riches, no cattle, no wives. He had lost his family in war. He lived with only his spear, his bow, and his courage. When others looked at Kara with desire, Boma looked with suspicion. He watched the way her beads moved, as though they breathed with her. In his heart, he knew, this woman carries more than beauty. That night, Boma dreamed. In his dream, the ancestors came to him. Their voices rose like the wind through tall grass. "Boma, son of Iyun, if the beads are not broken, the village will fall. But beware, hunter. The woman is not your enemy. It is the spirit inside her." Boma awoke with sweat on his brow, but his heart was steady. He sharpened his spear. He prepared herbs for protection. He painted his body with ash. He whispered the names of his fathers. When the moon rose high, Boma went to Kara esse compound. She stood waiting, as though she had known he would call me. The beads around her waist glowed the silver night, kissed shadows that danced like spirits. She laughed softly, her voice like honey hiding poison. You are not like the others, hunter. Do you not desire me? Boma's voice was steady. I desire truth, not your kasi. The beads stirred, glowing brighter, their whispers filling the night air. They slithed around her waist like snakes, reaching toward Boma, seeking to bind him. But Boma raised his spear, its tip coated with sacred herbs. He struck at the beads. The sound was not of breaking stone, nor of snapping wood. Each was the sound of screams, 1,000 voices wailing as they were torn free. The beads shattered, falling to the earth like dead insects. The ground trembled. The wind howled. Kara cried out. She fell to her knees. Her beauty dimmed, her power gone. She trembled like a child lost in the dark. In that moment, the truth was revealed. Kara was no witch. She had been a vessel, chosen by the beads, cursed by ancient spirits. The beads had lived through women before her, feeding on the glory of men, binding destinies, drinking strength. She was their prisoner as much as their weapon. When they broke, the Cassie left her. She wept, her tears falling like rain on dry soil. That night, she left Iyun. She walked into the forest, her figure swallowed by the shadows of trees. None ever saw her again. The men who had fallen never regained their glory, their wealth, their strength, their minds, gone forever. But the village was free. The Cassie had been lifted. So, the people of Hill learned. Beauty is a gift. Yes, but beauty can also be a weapon. Not all beads are for dancing, some are for binding. As the elders say, a man who chases only the beads forgets the rich. Is the woman who wears them. Children, remember this story. Not everything that glitters is gold. And not every Ismail is innocent.